Go back to the beginning of verse 1 again. Just do this a couple times, start to get into the rhythm. 2, 3. Come, Holy Spirit, teach my let's feel we're about a quarter step down already.
Right now I am director of music and organist, so I get to select all of the music in addition to directing the choir.
And basses, it seems a little slowed, so brighten up just a little bit.
I like being connected to the community, and I love being able to work with the people, exposing them to great music and challenging them with things that they think are beyond their level of achievement, but then seeing the light bulb come on when they know they can get it and know that they're making music is really exciting.
I have never had any formal training, but I've sung in choirs from junior high to high school to all the many churches that we've been at. I have never met a director that has the kind of talent and dedication that Adam has, and to have it at his age is phenomenal.
I remember walking into church when I was about 5 years old, walking right past the organ, watching the organist play before Mass and after Mass, and just sort of telling my mom, hey, I want to do that. And she just sort of, okay, yeah, sure. And a few years later, I was able to start piano lessons with the church organist and work into it from there. When I first came here, I had the opportunity to study with Dr. Schwant in a summer program for a week. And he said, come check out Oklahoma. And I said, why Oklahoma? And then I left saying, why not? I think the attitude that there's no boundaries and that it's absolutely comprehensive, both on the technical side, on the side of traditional repertoire, and pushing us to encourage us to look at transcriptions and look at theater music and popular genres.
One has to engage one's ears at a very high level. You have to learn how to listen for sound color. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about teaching technology, organ technology, so that students know something about how organs are put together, how they're designed, how they're voiced. Even if they themselves don't become master voicers or full-fledged organ builders, that they're at least familiar with how their instrument works.
We're at the shop of the American Organ Institute at the University of Oklahoma, and you can see in front of you a good portion of the molar, Opus 5819, that used to belong in the Philadelphia Municipal Auditorium that now we are working on rebuilding for installation over at the university. So here we've got wind reservoirs at various stages of completion. This one has all of the leather work already complete. What you can see on here as they expand, these are called gussets.
He's probably one of the only doctoral students you will find that has working knowledge of these things.
It's still missing those gussets, so they'll each get...
After the students get over the shock, those students who have never done anything with their hands in that way, once they get over the shock of it, I have yet to have the student who hasn't then expressed a desire to be out there, because it's fascinating. You know, if you like puzzles, you'll love pipe organs.
Had no exposure to woodworking whatsoever, and been trained to the point where Dan can tell me, our shop foreman can tell me to make a copy of this, and just hand me something, and I can go to and actually know how to do it. It's just really exciting. And then here at the back of the shop, we have the spray booth, which actually you can see right now Dan is shellacking the bottom of one of our reservoirs.
I don't know so much that it's made me play differently, but that I have such a greater respect for the fact that these things ever actually function properly, because there are so many components to them. It always kind of amazes me that everything does work.
Now, it's speaking quite well now, but if you can see, the mouth of the pipe, this is where all of the adjustments are made. Pipe organs are still the most complicated pieces of machinery that make music. The so-called digital organ is an imitation of the pipe organ.
They are samples of pipes that are recorded and then reproduced digitally. Someone once described it to me as if you could go hear soprano Renee Fleming and have her come in for a live concert, or you could listen to a CD of her, which would you choose? Well, clearly you'd choose to hear her live, but most of us can't afford to pay to have Renee Fleming come and sing, and so for those situations where you can't have the real thing, you should have the best approximation that you can. I don't generally consider myself someone who likes to be the center of attention. Some of my colleagues might disagree. But getting up and having the opportunity to perform, you know, if I can communicate one thing to one person in the audience, then I've succeeded. And if I can reach more than that, it's even more exciting. So I feel like I've got something to say and love the opportunity to be able to do it.